Hello everyone out there on Twitch and on YouTube. Welcome to the next part of Deep Elf Conjurer, 15 runes for greateroneandwon. And right now we've got 4 runes. I can count. And I haven't gotten the Abyssal rune yet. I guess I sort of think of 5 as like the number where that's like the next milestone after 3, in between, 15. Sometimes people, if they just want to get the easy extended runes. Slime is so, really Slime and Abyss and Silver are all roughly comparable in difficulty, so it's pretty much all the ones after that. But anyhow, we still have yet to get the Abyssal rune. Our next stop, we could either go do Zot or we could do Crypt. Might do Crypt first. Crypt is obviously easier. There's not much loot there, but it's possible we will get some of the stuff we want. Oh, no Aura Vet, man. So many spells. Yeah, I'd really like to have Aura if I could. That would be it's not required, but it would be a really nice spell. It's just, what nice is, what I kind of want to do. Oh yeah, let me, what do I have on right now? So we're gonna take a bit of an MR hit here, but I'm alright with it. Take a quick look at what all scales we do have. There are swamp scales. The reason that this one's nice is because, so let me do a little bit of checking. Wizardry, let's try Ring of Fire. Okay, so where's Firestorm? So Firestorm with just Wizardry is 11%. That is not amazing. And the spell power is decent. Do I have a Wizardry Staff? Guess I should go grab that really quick. That actually does not help much, but what we could do... Where's my... Oh really, did I just drop it? Where's that int ring? It's 5 int. Oh, I guess I just deposited that. Oh yeah, oh, I'm probably missing some stuff that I need to pick up from... Yeah, Amnesia Scrolls. Let's see what we get with Firestorm down to 8%. That's not too bad. And what we can do is, how are we? Take a quick. So we've got plenty of rations now. However, each Firestorm is very high spell hunger. Despite spellcasting 20, Firestorm is coming down a bit. That's great. It's still pretty high, but it has come down some. Probably int helped a little bit. Yeah, we're going to do this to 10. We're going to basically pre-train for Necromutation. Now, this is sort of silly because we don't actually know if we'll even get Necromutation. This is part of the problem of doing extended. If you want certain spells, and you can always make do without, like we definitely do not need Necromutation in order to, so see Blink down to 12%. So this armor is quite a hit, but it lets us get probably about the same spell power. If we can get a bit more training, Firestorm 17%, that's not acceptable. But if we train a bit more, we can actually get that down, and we can have quite good AC. And the reason why ice is nice is because it gives a bit better AC, and it allows us to use rings of fire. So right now, I'm actually RF plus, and the RC I don't so much care about, but the rings of fire are cool because they boost spell power for Firestorm, which is our main spell. So Ring of Fire is like wearing a robe of Arc Magi, and eventually a second Ring of Fire would be even more valuable than another Ring of Int. We might not wear it, just depending, and what we can do eventually is just switch over to a Staff of Conj to get another spell power boost, and we can get really high spell power is what I'm saying for Firestorm. So that's good. Alright, just quick check. Oh, actually, let me, there we go. Yeah, this bug where web tiles windows sometimes freeze, stays popped up and frozen. Advil and I were sort of talking about this. He made a commit that might fix it, and so I'll have to be watching out for that. All right, how many slots? I'm gonna drop that. Anything else? What summon spells do we actually have? Recall, not too relevant right now. Abjuration was one I kind of wanted to have, mostly to help a little bit if I do this early tomb in to help out with death curses. But we'll see. We may not find it. It's not absolutely critical. Oh, so I guess I'm gonna enchant this. We've got a lot of enchant armor. Damn, that is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 enchant armor. That's impressive. And this is probably the best AC we're really going to get. I mean, Storm is even more encumbrance. It would be nice to have Aurelec, but it's just, yeah, 15 is just a little bit too much. So we're probably going to be sticking with this for the time being. And we do have swappable Aurelec, so that's great if we want it. Yeah, this ring is now... This armor is actually convenient for our Aurelec swap, because we really don't care if we lose the level of RC. It's meaningless, because we're like RC3. Mikey actually recommended this, and at the time I was like, yeah, oh sure, it's one more AC, but I realized why he recommended it. It's because the synergy with using enhancers. Enchant armor. So let's get this enchanted up to, and let's verify that this is the best one. Yeah. Okay. Got these. Grab this. Grab that while we're here. I have plenty. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this. So the other thing that I'm eventually going to do, more for convenience probably than anything. What's up, Iggy? Well, glad to hear I'm serving a purpose. I don't actually have a Staff of Fire to hit with. I think I found one though. Didn't I? Yes, I did. Realistically, this simply is the best melee weapon that I have right now, so I should, I need to train up, I have the Evo for it, but I need to train up some staves. So why don't I actually look to do that? As far as, we're not going to need that for right now. No, damn it. I'm going to call this F. We messed up our mappings. There we go. We're going to stick with wizardry. until we have the chance to train up a bit. We're going to be wary of it. Definitely before we go into Tomb, we're going to need some more training so that we drop that. Just sort of getting the transmutation skill out of the way. What's up, Paul Dub? How's it going? Alright, so what else? Yeah, so I was thinking the enchant. Are we done with that? We are not. 15. Yeah. So we'll have to drop this for now, that's fine. Alright, so that's all of it for our armor. Have any +2 gloves? Oh, I mean, it's really very little difference, but 32 AC, not too bad, not too shabby. Eventually, we will upgrade our shield as well, probably just to a medium shield. I mean, we could eventually go for a large shield. It just doesn't, it's not too important, but when we go into the Zig, we might, I guess. Oh, glad you like it, Paul Dub. Yep. My bot triumvirate of Sarabot, Lomlobot, Beam. Spent a lot of time working on those. And what is our... oh, protection. Yeah, that's probably the best call. Oh good, more cold resistance. Just what I need. Oh, there's a plus in... Now, that's a cool little shield. And built-in our core, which... That's a shield I wouldn't mind taking into Sod, honestly. Do we have a... Do we have any... How about that minus cast shield? That's when I give up spellcasting completely. That's a cool shield, actually. That would be an amazing find for the right character. Trog Worshipper. It's like, alright, let's go. Slay +6, and then some other free stuff on top of it. But yeah, that unfortunately, I actually did train a little bit up, but for normal races, I need 15 skill to remove the spellcasting penalty, and I really can't afford any spellcasting penalty, and I have 8 levels to go at -2 app, so it's just a non-trivial investment. So we're not going to get to see that shield for a while, if we do see it, ever. Alright, I think, do I have anything? Oh, I have a cloak I could enchant. How much enchant armor do we got left? We've got 4. Do we have any cloaks? Well, 32 AC is definitely enough. I could enchant up the cloak I have and get a couple more, but what I would also like would be a MR cloak, because we took a hit to our MR. Not critical, I am firestorming stuff. So Crypt is going to be kind of now I can use this with, I just basically need to switch to this for, go ahead and eat a ration. I just need to switch to this for, actually, this is what I should have on B. There's really no reason to have Staff of, well, that's not technically true. But all the conj that I have, that is not Iron Shot. So I can carry the conj one around if I want to use Iron Shot, but I can do a little bit of melee there. And then we can switch to Firestorm if we want to. Don't exactly have to. This guy. Just gotta remember my spell mappings. So we can save a little bit of, now that we're even better equipped to do some melee with the AC that we have. Ooh. We're gonna do a little bit of firestorming. Hello, friends. There's our transmutations to 10. What do I want to get next? Honestly, the smartest thing is to go in on these guys and say, well, let's try 14. I might like to get back into training fire, because I really do want to get this fail rate down. These guys I can just whack a bit. I actually should train staves, is what I should train. No, thanks for the chunks, Frederick. So this is mostly about just trying to maybe conserve what food I have, just to avoid any potential issues with it. The last food branch that I have available is dot, so. And there's no other food aside from what I'm carrying. It's not that it's a problem now, it's just I don't want it to become one until, wow, 3 scrolls of enchant weapon and our pack is full. Let's see, is there actually anything that we can dump? Dump the whiz ring for now. That'll probably be useful at some point in the future, but let's go ahead and turn off some stuff. Don't need that. Need amnesia for now. Nor enchant weapon, nor enchant armor, really. That should do it. Wow. Down she goes. Nice miscast effect there. Probably all of them. Glowing acid dragon scales. All these chunks. A rarity. +1. Marjorie, you needed better armor, girl. You have to go back to the start of the dungeon and work your way back. Just bolt to fire these guys. We can deal with a little bit of melee from ghouls. They actually hit pretty hard, but you got some AC behind you. It's a little bit better. So far, so good. We're not burning through incredible amounts of rations. That's great. So this is the part about. I mean, I'm doing extended, so this doesn't really come up. But people who are a little bit less experienced might make a character kind of like this and run out of food, and it's like basically just micromanagement. It's kind of why we're really looking to change the food system. Neil, the current food simplification was a great set of commits that Neil, one of our longtime and most prolific devs, made, and he unified all the food types and simplified some aspects and made, for instance, FedOS work with it, and it's definitely a huge quality of life improvement. And he's, even before that, he implemented a lot of nice options for like auto eat and improving that. But what we would like to do, when I say we, I mean I think most of us, probably all of us, if we get all the balance issues settled down, is make a forward progress system that just works better than what food does. And that doesn't involve just the collecting of, I mean, it's sort of like right now it's the way food works. Outside of the spell, if you don't have a spellcasting character, food is more or less just like this piety exploration system. You're just finding these items and hitting, and eating them, and it's not really limiting your forward progress in any way. If you're, on the other hand, using a spell-intensive character, then you have this extra level of management, and then it becomes something you do have to think about, but it's not exactly a fun aspect of management. And kind of what we would like would be forward progress that is meaningful, and maybe a little bit more interesting. And with that said, it looks like we got a pretty nice welcoming party on Crypt 2. Yeah, it really could. And as probably any plan to remove food would basically remove spell hunger. There might be other adjustments we could do to maybe get at some of the quote-unquote fun of managing it, but balance-wise, it really wouldn't be a problem. Oh, thank you for the follow. That Canard Foo. Really wish Chatty would show those. I swear I have that enabled. I need to go back through Chatty's settings. Remove food, Edge Figaro says. Well, the thing is that, Paul, what I was getting at is that the management that you do with food is not really an interesting aspect. It's just this, the problem with spellcasting is it already has enough accounting behind it. Spell levels, managing MP, balancing the stats, finding the spells, using your amnesia, and it really doesn't need the food on top of it. Spellcasting is just really complicated, and part of that is the appeal, but the food complication part is not really necessary. Alright, so this, probably our immediate thing here is just going to be to go up. Now there is one slight wrinkle to that, and that is that we are in range of no less than, I would say, 3. Yeah, no less than 3 monsters which could paralyze us. So what we could do to get a much increased level of safety for going up these stairs is just, actually, yeah, it's probably 4. So 4 of these monsters technically could paralyze us. They each have an 8% chance, and if they all cast it on the next turn, and it takes 2 turns to go up, if they all rolled that, there's... So that's not really the actual probability, because the probability of any one of them rolling to choose paralysis is actually fairly small. It's like 15% or something like that. 1 in 6 times 1 in 12. So it's not great. And multiply that, if you do the math there, the odds of you actually getting paralyzed going up here are quite slim. And if I did get paralyzed, though, even with the AC I got, I could be really in a world of pain. I very possibly could just die. Yeah, the forward progress thing we think is important because there's all sorts of degenerate gameplay that we don't want to encourage to be the best strategy. We don't want the best strategies to be incredibly boring ones, and that's why forward progress is something that we talk a lot about. And some people are like, who cares? People are going to do that. They won't have fun, let them do it. But that's not really the stone soup philosophy these days. We like it if the the safer ways or the best ways to play are not really tedious, and obviously this game is far from perfect in that regard. But so what I might actually do here is just see blink. Like there's a corridor right there. Only issue is that I didn't have wizardry upon going down, so that sort of sucks now, doesn't it? What do I have left? I do have Tomb, and I might need a blink scroll. Alright, let's do... This is a 0.5 turn, so there's that. And let's see if we can do a see blink. Hopefully we don't miscast this. Alright, good. We're also very hungry. That's another thing we should have considered when going down. So we're going to have to eat a ration, of course. Now we can get back a lot of... we'll just wait for something else to show up in Los, and you can see from these messages that we're killing almost all this stuff. So this shows you how powerful access to see blink is. Obviously I should have had wizardry up before I went down. That was kind of silly, but... So this is probably overall just a safer thing to do compared to actually going back up the steps. Yep, you can see how we're basically... I mean, some monsters will probably come around me eventually, but you can see from all these messages that I'm getting that it ain't going to be too many. Yeah, Edge Figaro, sorry, we like to not make that the case. For something as general as forward progress, we really do want it to work. Yeah, we're not really trying to get at the case of pushing hard, Iggy. It's not like we want to increase the pace of the game like by 2. We just want it to be to prevent that and not be onerous. The current system we have with food is not the end of the world, but any change would be something we would think about. I actually don't know what's on the other side of here. This obviously has to be just a simple wall that doesn't go all the way around, so... Okay, yeah. Alright. Oh, well, I guess I was wrong about that. Looks like they finally made their way around. Sure what that guy was doing. Yeah, go invisible. That'll help you out. That'll work. That is that. Oh hey, didn't even have to eat a ration. That's pretty cool, right? Come on, Jiangxi, why did you have to be the only things left? Elf corpse. Well, aren't you clever, sir? Aren't you clever? I don't actually know where he is, okay? But I was close enough. Yeah, and some things are just slower to play in this game, and it's, you know, we can't... I don't think we could really make a magic system that... Nice shots there. I don't think we could make a magic system that was ever as fast as what Tab is, so there's a limit to what we can do. But thus is the end of my food rant. All of the chunks have rotted away. No. My chunks. Where are we? Wow, we got a lot of drain. Oh no, we didn't actually do